How's it going, everybody? The Next Level Savings Sale just started on PlayStation. It's running from now until May 27th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. For $9, 70% off, the Talos Principle 2 is a thought-provoking first-person puzzle adventure that expands on the original's philosophical themes with increasingly mind-bending challenges and morally complex choices. Explore a mysterious megastructure in a world where biological humanity is extinct but its culture lives on through robots, using abilities like gravity manipulation, mind transference, and more to solve clever puzzles. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Planet of Lana is a visually stunning action-adventure where you guide Lana and her loyal companion through a beautifully vibrant but threatened world, striving to restore balance to the planet's harmony. What begins as a journey of survival evolves into a deeply emotional quest across diverse environments, combining clever puzzles, stealthy navigation, and challenging action sequences that test reflexes, wit, and strategic thinking. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is a non-linear open-world narrative experience from the Chinese Room, set in a remote English valley where you slowly piece together the fate of its inhabitants through fragmentary memories, lost traces, and environmental storytelling. Explore the eerily empty valley, uncovering the stories and relationships of those who lived and died as world-shattering events unfolded around them. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $10, 60% off, Astral Ascent is a 2D roguelite platformer where you choose from 4 unique heroes, each with distinct weapons and playstyles, escaping an astral prison called the Garden by defeating 12 powerful Zodiac bosses across gorgeous, handcrafted fantasy worlds. Unlocking customized spells each run, unravel a story that reveals more with every playthrough, and tackle the challenge solo or with a friend in local 2-player co-op. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 55 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Neva is an emotionally charged action-adventure from the creators of Gree, following Alba, a young woman bound to a curious wolf cub, as they navigate a world slowly decaying around them, filled with secrets, danger, and moments of quiet reflection. Together, they embark on a perilous journey, learning to cooperate, face dark forces, and grow stronger as the wolf evolves from a rebellious cub into a powerful, loyal companion. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Valkyrie Profile Lenneth is an emotionally charged RPG steeped in Norse mythology, blending divine storytelling, character-driven drama, and beautifully orchestrated combat in one of the most beloved classics of its era. As the battle maiden Lenneth, you descend from Valhalla to recruit the souls of fallen warriors, uncovering their tragic pasts, unlocking secrets, and forging their destinies as you prepare for Ragnarok. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD is an action RPG where you control Class 0, 14 elite students from a prestigious military academy, as they fight to defend their homeland from a brutal, relentless invading empire bent on total conquest. Switch between characters in real-time combat, harness unique abilities and devastating magic, and experience a dark, war-torn world full of strategy, political intrigue, and high-stakes battles. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 80% off, Borderlands Legendary Collection delivers 3 full games, Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, packed with over 100 hours of loot-filled co-op action across Pandora and its moon, Helios. Battle bandits and bosses using an enormous arsenal of guns, grenades, and abilities, while customizing your Vault Hunter and teaming up with friends locally or online. It's an 84 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 160 hours to get all 3 platinums. For $7, 75% off, We Love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie is a whimsical action puzzle game where players control the prince, rolling a Katamari to restore the stars in the universe, fulfill dreams, and delight the king of the cosmos. Players roll up everyday objects, buildings, and living creatures, complete all new Royal Reverie challenges, and explore stages with redesigned graphics, revamped UI, and hidden collectibles to grow the Katamari bigger and bigger. It's an 87 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $9, 40% off, OneShot World Machine Edition is a charming and thought-provoking adventure game that blurs the line between the game world and your own screen. You guide a mysterious child through a self-contained computer world, solving inventive puzzles, interacting with sentient objects, and forming a unique bond with the protagonist as you help restore the long-dead sun and save a fragile world on the brink of collapse. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, Vampyr is a narrative-driven action RPG set in 1918 London, where you play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, a physician newly turned vampire torn between his duty to heal and his growing thirst for blood. You'll stalk the city's fog-drenched streets, battling vampire hunters and supernatural foes while deciding who to feed on to survive, with every death reshaping the intricate web of relationships among London's desperate citizens. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $5, 65% off, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 is a 2D action platformer blending classic retro aesthetics with modern gameplay, where you control Zangetsu, a swordsman on a relentless quest to vanquish demons and the alchemists who summon them. What begins as a solo mission evolves into a strategic adventure as Zangetsu can recruit new allies, each offering unique abilities and varied ways to tackle stages with tactical flexibility. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $9, 70% off, South Park: The Fractured But Whole is a hilarious RPG where you play the new kid, joining Stan, Kyle, Kenny, Cartman, and friends in a crime-fighting adventure through the chaotic, crime-ridden streets of South Park. Customize your superhero, recruit a roster of bizarre allies like Mysterian, Toolshed, and Human Kite, and engage in strategic, turn-based combat that combines powers, gadgets, and environmental interactions. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7, 85% off, Steelrising Bastille Edition is a challenging action RPG set in alternate 1789 Paris, where Louis XVI's mechanical armies crushed the revolution and a mysterious automaton must confront the king's forces to save history. Fight relentless mechanical soldiers and massive bosses, combining precise dodges, parries, jumps, and devastating attacks while exploring secret-filled Paris alongside the Cagliostro Secrets DLC. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus is a hand-drawn action platformer inspired by Japanese folklore, where you flow with acrobatic grace through a mystical world filled with yokai and dreamlike landscapes. Guide Bo, a celestial fox blossom, using a legendary staff to bounce, glide, and master platforming challenges while discovering powerful staff transformations, collectible Daruma allies, and secret paths in a vibrant Metroidvania-style world. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus Deluxe Edition is a brutal first-person shooter where BJ Blazkowicz fights to liberate Nazi-controlled America in a gritty, action-packed, story-driven campaign filled with intense moments. Battle through iconic locations, wield a powerful arsenal, and unleash aggressive abilities, while experiencing all DLC episodes included in the Freedom Chronicles and additional narrative-driven missions. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $9, 70% off, Ys Memoire: The Oath in Felghana is a remastered action RPG where Adol Kristen returns to Felghana for fast, satisfying hack-and-slash combat, upgraded visuals, and new voice acting that adds emotional weight to this classic adventure. Fight through challenging dungeons with turbo mode, toggle between multiple remastered soundtrack versions, and enjoy updated character art with the option to switch to the original style. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10, 67% off, SteamWorld Heist 2 is a turn-based strategy adventure where Captain Leeway and a ragtag crew of steambots must sail the Great Sea to uncover the mystery behind a deadly water crisis corroding bot kind. You'll line up ricochet shots, outmaneuver enemies with clever positioning, and engage in real-time naval combat while steering your submarine through dangerous waters filled with treasures and rival ships. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $10, 80% off, Battlefield 5 Definitive Edition is the ultimate World War II shooter experience, combining the base game with every Year 1 and Year 2 expansion for a complete arsenal of weapons, vehicles, and gadgets for thrilling, large-scale combat. Players can dive into intense multiplayer battles, customize soldiers with dozens of elites, outfits, and skins, and explore 84 immersive outfit variations that enhance the World War II sandbox. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $6, 85% off, Metro Exodus Gold Edition is a story-driven first-person shooter blending deadly combat, stealth, exploration, and survival horror across a stunning post-apocalyptic Russia filled with danger, secrets, and atmospheric detail. The Gold Edition includes the expansion pass with 2 major story-driven DLCs, the 2 Colonels and Sam's story, adding new perspectives, missions, enemies, and challenges that expand the original adventure. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Arcadia Fallen is a modern fantasy visual novel where your choices shape your character's personality, be shy, bold, or endlessly humorous, as you play a young alchemist apprentice bound to an illegal spirit and thrust into a war between humanity and magic. Join a group of unlikely heroes, navigating danger, romance, and deepening friendships while uncovering secrets and striving to save the world from magical devastation. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 15 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $7, 70% off, Furi Modor Edition is an ultra-responsive, fast-paced sword-fighting and dual-stick shooting game where you fight to escape captivity against relentless bosses in a neon-soaked, visually striking world. This edition includes the base game, the Onimusha DLC letting you play as the powerful Onimusha rider, the One More Fight DLC with Guardian the Flame and secret boss Bernard, plus post-launch improvements like Invincible Mode and Furier Speedrun. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Bayonetta is the original cult classic action-adventure game that introduces the formidable Umbra Witch, who awakens after 500 years with no memory of her mysterious past or the dark forces pursuing her. Thrust immediately into chaotic battles, she must confront countless angels and demons using stylish, combo-driven combat and acrobatic gunplay, while unraveling the truth behind her origins and reclaiming her lost power. It's an 88 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, The Surge 2 Premium Edition is a challenging sci-fi action RPG set in the chaotic Jericho City, where armored soldiers enforce martial law, rogue robots run amok, and a deadly nanostorm threatens the skyline. The Premium Edition includes the full game plus all Season Pass content, featuring the Kraken Story expansion, the Borax 1 Quantum Mace, the Public Enemy Weapon Pack, and Jericho's Legacy Gear Pack. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $7, 50% off, Bat Boy is a 2D platformer set against nostalgic 8-bit backdrops, where the titular hero teams up with Mouthy Crow Guru to free his brainwashed sports hero teammates from interdimensional mage Lord Vicious and his brutal trials of darkness. Swing, deflect, spin, and power hit through diverse environments in baseball-style combat, absorbing the powers of each freed ally, uncovering secrets, and battling to a final confrontation with Lord Vicious. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.